Hi guys, little lady here. Right, so today I'm doing a proper winter warmer. It is freezing outside today. In fact, it's freezing inside as well. I've had my heating on. So what I'm doing is I'm making a shepherd's pie. I cooked a leg of lamb yesterday and we've got some leftovers on that. There's some in the freezer, but I thought I'd make a lovely shepherd's pie just for tonight. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you the ingredients. Right, so this is the leftover lamb that I'm going to be using. I'm just going to chop that up. You can use lamb mince, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just I've got this and I don't want it to go to waste. This is the stock that came out from doing the lamb. I was the juices out the bottom of the tray, and also added a bit of water, put it in the fridge overnight, and the fat's on the top. I'm not even going to waste the fat. I'm going to use the fat to do my onions in. So I also want 2 onions, a carrot, some frozen peas to go inside, which is nearly defrosted now, and I have 4 medium potatoes for the mash for the top, and I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on the top of the mash as well, and obviously my salt and my pepper. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the onions and the carrot on to cook, and we'll get started. Right, so I've cut up my carrots and the onion, and I'm just going to get this fat off here. That's what I get for trying to hold it up. There we go. Get this all melted down. So there's absolutely no waste at all. This is the lamb fat, like I said, from yesterday when I did the lamb. And the rest of that I'll go in for the gravy side of it. Turn that up a little bit more, because it's freezing cold. Actually, it's been in the fridge. So it might take a couple of seconds to... There we go. You smell the lamminess straight away. Just don't see the point in throwing this away. That's got all the lovely lamb flavour in, and then putting in some oil to do the onions and the carrots. Right, so like I say, I've got the onions and the carrots all chopped up. I'm just going to go straight in there. And once it starts to sizzle, and we'll just turn it down and just let it go for a little while. There we go, it's starting now, look. Right, so I'm just going to turn that down a little bit, and we'll get on with chopping up the lamb. Right, so I've got my lamb there. I'm just having a quick slurp of my coffee before I get lamb fat hands. And the carrots and the onions are sweating away, and all I'm going to do is chop up. Now when I cooked this yesterday, it was studded with rosemary and garlic, so it will have that flavour in here as well. So I don't really want to put any more of that in. I wouldn't normally traditionally put that in if I was doing it as a mince one anyway. And I'm going to let this cook for a little while, because we like our lamb, you know, pretty rare when it comes to eating it just as lamb. But in here, you do want it a bit more cooked, so that's why I'm getting on with that first rather than the potatoes. So I'm just going to continue to cut this up, guys, and once the onions and the carrots are softened, we'll come back. Right, so I've realised there was far too much there for what I wanted, so I've put some in a bag. I'll put that in the fridge. I'll do it for the next couple of days for maybe sandwiches, or, you know, if it doesn't get used, then it'll just go in the freezer. Right, that's been going nicely. So I've just peeled my potatoes. There were quite a few big potatoes anyway, so I've only done 3, not the 4. So I'm going to get those on. Boiling water, I know what other people say, but I've always done it. Never going to change now. Never had a lumpy mash. Right, so these are looking and smelling amazing. So I'm going to in the lamb. Oh, a bit of fat there, get rid of that. And yes, I've just dropped a bit of lamb on the floor, so I'll get that in a bit and put it in the bin. So we get this all coated. I did forget to say that I will need some flour to thicken up the sauce. Just going to let that warm through for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll get on with making the sauce. Right, so that's had a few minutes, so I'm just going to put a bit of, just about a heaped dessert spoonful of flour in there. Get my tea towel, because these cast irons, the handles get hot. I love them pieces, but right. So just let that all mix in, so we shouldn't get any lumps. I'll turn it up a little bit now because the stock's cold out the fridge, and that was the stock that the lamb was cooked in and a bit of water from yesterday. I'm just going to bring this up. Get that all incorporated. Now don't forget, this has already been roasted, this, with garlic and rosemary, and you can actually taste it on the meat, because I did sly a little bit while I was cutting it up. So I'm just going to let this cook for a while, bring it up to the boiler, let it cook for a little while, about half an hour, just to give it that further cookedness, and then we'll have a look at it. If it's ready, it'll go into our oven dish and be topped with a mash. So as you can see, it's just starting to come up there now. I'll keep an eye on the amount of liquid. If it gets too thick, I'll pop a little bit of water in there. If it's too thin, I can make a little bit of a roux. But I think that's going to be okay by the time it's actually cooked down a little bit. Right, I don't want to put the peas in yet because they will actually overcook. So we'll just check that and we'll come back to you in about 30 minutes. Right, so this has had about half an hour. Now I have just had a little taste of the gravy, and it does need salt and pepper. I'm just going to put a bit of pepper in there and a bit of salt. Just needs that little bit of a helping hand. That mixed in. Oh, and I did put a little bit more meat in as well, if you're wondering. I just thought it looked a little bit sparse with meat, so I did put a bit more meat in, that stuff that I put in the fridge. So let's have a little taste of this now. Oh yeah, that's better. So I'm just going to put the peas in. I'm just going to let that sit now, just until the potatoes are all done. Then we'll put it into the baking dish, get the potatoes on the top and get it in the oven. Right, so the next time I see you is when we are doing the potatoes. Right guys, so I'm just letting the potatoes drain a little bit, and I'm just going to hopefully get this in here without spilling it all. There we go. I want all that juice in there as well. Oops, sorry. Peas. The carrots. I thought I might have to wait until Ian come in to pick this up, but I've managed it. Right, put back. Right, let's just spread this out so it's even all the way around. A little bit more juice down that end. There we go. It smells lovely. We're going to enjoy this one. Right, so I'm just going to put that to one side for now. And just going to get this a second. That there, and I'm just going to go get my ricer. Right, so I'm just going to rice these potatoes through. You've seen us do this a few times. Just needs lovely smooth mash. And just press it down. And it all comes through the other end. So I'm just going to continue with this and then I'll come back to you. Hey guys, so I've had a little bit of a mishap and my rice has broke. So that's going in the bin. So it looks like it's going to be the old-fashioned way. I just hope I can get enough lumps out that Ian will enjoy this. So I've grated about 20 grams of cheese. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of butter in here. Good hearty meal this. Just work that in, see if I need any more. Don't really want to put any milk in, because I don't want it too sloppy, but we do want it so it's got flavour. A little bit of salt, I need my white pepper. Go. A little bit of white pepper. A little bit of salt. We've seasoned the rest of it anyway, so it should work out all right. So I'm going to put this in the oven for about 20 minutes on 180. I'm just going to use the little oven today. Excuse me, I have to do that to get rid of the potato. Right. So, bring this back over. Now I don't have a spatula, and I do wish I did, because I remember watching a programme years and years ago with, what's his name, Gary Rhodes, and he did a shepherd's pie. He says the easiest way to put the topping on without it spilling over is to go around the sides with your mash. Do the side bits first. Oh, I've done enough mash. Maybe should have done the 4 potatoes. Right, but I'll keep going and doing this and then I'll come back. Right, so that's all of the rim done. Here's me spoon. What have I done with it? Oh, it's here, guys. There we go. And then you put the rest into the middle. I'm just going to have enough mash. And then you spread that across. Here we go. Don't mind if you get a little bit of gravy up there, it just adds to the flavour of the mash, doesn't it? And you can put more mash on than this. It's just, Ian's not a big potato fan, as you've probably already heard a million times. So just a little bit of mash does us. Just get that. And anyway, once the cheese is on, you're not going to see that anyway. Right. So what I'm going to do now, just fork it a little bit. Just get the crispy bits. Right. And then the cheese over the top. What I have done before and what's really nice is putting a bit of mustard in your mash as well, or any flavourings that you would like. If you are doing a cottage pie and using beef, it's nice to put a bit of horseradish through your mash. Right, so I'm just going to pop that onto that tray there. Like I say, 180 oven for about 20 minutes until it's bubbling. Everything's cooked. You just want everything to warm right up, bubble up, and the cheese to melt and go nice and crisp. Right, so we'll see you in about 20 minutes. Right guys, so it's out of the oven. It's had 20 minutes. Like I say, everything's cooked in there. It's just the matter of warming everything up and crisping off the top. And it's nice and crispy, as you can hear. Ian's home, so it is just the matter of, put it down there just to easier. Oh, look at that gravy coming up. Just tea towel. Comfort food at its best. You can even see a little sprig of rosemary there that was left over from cooking it yesterday. Right, so I'll move that out of the way. And there's my take on a leftover lamb shepherd's pie. Right, so it's now taste testing time.
Right, look at that. Yummy. Taste testing time. Right. Now that looks lovely. Normally, when we do a shepherd's pie, it's with lamb mince, isn't it, rather than bits of lamb. So I'm going to try a bit of that first.
Right, be a little bit hot.
Used to it. Wowzers. The taste of that is stronger than when you use mince. I was going to say mince then, what am I? Proper lammy, full on lamb.
Yeah, but I use the drippings and I use the fat to fry the onions and the carrots in.
That's nice. A crispy bit on the potato at the top. See, I can eat potato when it's like that and it's hot.
I just hope it hasn't got any lumps in because I couldn't use the ricer.
No, there's no lumps in that. We've just ordered a new ricer.
Came home and I went, oh, my ricer's died.
And a new garlic press as well while I was on there. So
oh yeah, that one we got.
that other one's ridiculous. Absolutely. I love that bit on the top of the potato. It's like a crispy bit.
Cheesy bit.
It's just lovely. It's like a contrast of textures. That is absolutely delicious. That's definitely worth a go. So if you like the look of it, do it. I would say 1,000,000%.
And if you have lamb for a Sunday lunch and if you've got any left over, that's another full meal with that.
Exactly. And that does make a difference. Like I said, we've always had lamb mince when we've done a shepherd's pie. But that, I'd say that's nicer, to be fair. It's got a strong taste. So, right, so we're going to leave that there. Thanks for watching, everybody, as normal. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'm coming up to 25,000 now, and I'm absolutely blown away.
25,000.
So, you know, if there's any years that watches, because I think when I was looking at analytics, there's still 79% of people that watch me unsubscribed.
Yeah.
So just a couple of more ticks, please.
Well, it's the same with the likes, isn't it? When we
Yes.
I've noticed that a lot. I mean, I know, you know, we bang on about it, but like, you get so many thousand watches or whatever, and there's only like a few hundred likes.
I must admit,
it only takes a second just to go. It's the first thing I do when I watch a video that I like. I go boom, like.
Since the last time we mentioned it, the likes are really starting to go up, so we do totally appreciate it.
Oh, definitely.
So thank you so much to each and every one of you, and the comments.
Yeah, keep the comments coming.
Honestly, I think I've made friends. Not just people that watch me.
I feel like I know a lot of people already.
Yes.
That we haven't even met. Obviously not, but you know. You know.
So anyway, we're waffling. Yeah.
Yeah, we are waffling. So anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching and all your help, all the shares, all the likes, all the people who subscribed. We really, really appreciate it. Keep the recipe ideas coming as well. That's a big part of it. Oh
yeah, definitely.
Because sometimes, you know, you get. I mean, we've got tons of recipes and recipe books, but you know, sometimes it's nice to get something that you've never had before, like we did the other day, and it's just really nice to try something different or somebody else's take on what you would normally do.
Yeah.
So anyway, we will leave that for now, and we'll catch you guys very, very soon.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.
Bye for now.